So growing up as a kid, my mom would always tell me, Tomas, hate is a very strong word. And initially when you hear that, for me, I was kind of like, what? What does that mean? How could a word be strong? How could a word be weak or strong? Like, it doesn't make sense. But as I got older, it started to make more and more sense. You see, it takes more energy to hate something than it does to love something. And I'll even take it a step further and I'll say negativity spreads faster than positivity. Like Lloyd Banks said in I think Banks' workout, he said, F living positive because negativity spreads faster. It's true, even though I don't agree with it, but it's true. When you think about all the times you've went to school or all the times that you've been out in public, negativity spreads fast. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say you go to a basketball game. Everybody in the crowd, 99% of the crowd is going to cheer whenever there's a conflict or there's two players arguing or there's two players, putting their hands on each other, trying to get at one another, trying to fight each other. Everybody's going to be like riled up. Everybody's going to be like, yeah, like, instigating it in a sense. But, when there's two basketball players who are just, showing good sportsmanship, like, all right, let's say for an example, somebody got dunked on. It was a nasty dunk. It was a poster dunk. And he helps him up right after. People are going to be like, no, there's not going to be really a reaction out of that. Even though it's a positive, kind gesture, it's not going to really get any attention from people because people are more drawn towards negative conflict, things that are, more appealing. And, of course, everybody's different, so I can't speak for everybody, but most of the times, like, even I'll use myself as an example. Every time I go to work and I walk around the store, I always hear conversations that start with he said, she said, they did, he did, she did. It's always about somebody else. It's always a conversation about somebody else. It's never about me. It's never about I never hear I never hear, I'm doing great. I never hear my mom or people don't talk about what's going on inside their life. They only want to talk about what's going on inside of other people's life. And usually it's negative. You never hear conversations where people are like, oh, he's such a nice dude, like he did this for me or she did. Like, all right, granted, you're gonna hear a conversation like this sometimes, but I'm talking about you're never gonna hear a conversation where it's like, yeah, he screwed me over, but he's still a good person, or yeah, he forgot to give me my money today, he owed me $10, but it's all right, I know he'll give me next week. Like, that's not how our conversation flows. That's not what people tend to talk about. Like, people are gonna bring up the negatives about somebody before they bring up the positives. Even if that person's like damn near perfect, a perfect ass friend, they're gonna bring up one negative thing, one thing that they did in the past to try to overshadow everything good that they did. So, knowing that is important. And knowing that negativity spreads fast. And back to my original point, which was hate is a strong word. And it's very true. And it goes back to what I was saying, like, it takes more energy to hate something than it does to love it. Because thinking about it like this, right? When you hate something, I'll use myself as an example. Let's say, oh, I fucking hate, he's always doing this, he's always doing that, he's always, oh, he never cleans up after himself, he never, he takes too long, this, that, and the third. Oh, I just hate, like, by me giving that my energy, I'm giving that my energy, I'm channeling hateful energy towards that said subject, and I'm creating reasons as to why I hate that person, when I should be creating reasons for why I should accept that person. You following me? So it takes more energy to hate somebody because you're creating reasons for you to hate that person, when you could be just accepting that person for who it is. When you accept somebody for who they are, you just let it go. There's acceptance. When there's acceptance, you let it go. You don't let it bother you. It doesn't occupy your headspace. You don't think about it. You don't dwell about it. You don't think twice. You accept it. There's acceptance. You know, there's freedom involved now. But when you hate something, now you're making a conscious effort to find reasons or find scenarios on why you hate that said thing. So when you hate something, you're wasting energy, you're wasting time. And think about it like this: that hate that you have, that's hate that you only feel, nobody else could feel. And I've said that plenty of times throughout my channel, but it's true. Nobody else could feel that hatred that you have for something but you. So just let it go and just, move on. Don't let it occupy your headspace. Stop creating reasons. Stop creating scenarios. Stop, bringing it back up, giving it your energy. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, and you're not gonna get anything you truly want out of hating something. For real. Like me, I don't hate anybody. There's nobody that there's not a single person that I hate. You could have done the worst thing possible to me. There's people that I'm annoyed with, and that's what I'll say. I don't hate you, I'm annoyed with you. That's a more kinder way of saying it for me. Like, I can be annoyed with people. They could be doing annoying things, but I don't hate somebody. Well, I'm gonna hate you because you talk to me too much? Like, that's ridiculous. No, I'm not gonna hate you because of that. Like, so all of this to say, it takes a lot more energy to hate something than it does to just love it and accept it for what it is. And that's the knowledge and perspective that I gained, and I wanted to share with you guys. And take it or leave it. If it resonates with you, I'm glad. This is just what I believe. This is the perspective that I gained through life. I feel like, there's nothing really worth hating. What is the point of hating something, man? It's just like, you're giving it your time, you're giving it your energy, you're thinking about it. For what? For what? Most of the times, it's not even you're not even gonna remember why you hate it. You're not even gonna remember why you feel that way towards it. And 10 times out of 10, in 5 or 10 years, you're gonna completely forget. Like, so you see what I'm saying? It takes more energy to hate something. That energy that you're using to hate that thing is not worth it. It's best to retain that energy, harness it, and direct it towards something positive. Direct it towards more positive things. Right? Because what you give your energy to, that's what's going to manifest. That's what it's going to come back to you. And we know this. And that's all I got to say. I feel like I've spoken enough. If you guys resonated with that message, if you left this video motivated, inspired, or a better person, then I did my part. Other than that, peace, love, positivity. Accept things for what it is. There's only so much you can control. Only control what you can control inside of your reality. Other than that, just let things go, man. It's not worth giving your time and energy. Focus on what's important, and that's you. So that's all I got for today's video. Peace.